Filipino tennis ace Alex Eala is set to compete in the singles and doubles events at the
With energy like that, you don't get tired, so it was good.
And Alex, so good to have you out here for the first time. How special was that?
Something extraordinary happened on a tennis court in Auckland, New Zealand that captured the hearts of sports fans around the world. A young Filipino player named Alex Eala, just 20 years old, achieved something that most people thought was impossible. She defeated one of her childhood heroes, and the way she celebrated this incredible moment on social media tells you everything you need to know about this rising star who is taking the tennis world by storm. When Eala and her 18-year-old doubles partner Iva Jovic walked onto the court at the ASB Classic on that memorable Monday, they were facing two absolute legends of the game. Venus Williams and Alina Svitolina stood across the net, bringing with them an intimidating resume of 7 Grand Slam singles titles, 14 Grand Slam doubles titles, and 4 Olympic gold medals combined. The age difference alone was staggering. Eala and Jovic together were only 38 years old, which is actually 7 years younger than Venus Williams by herself. Nobody in the tennis world gave these two young players any real chance of winning. But what unfolded over the next hour and a half shocked everyone watching. Eala and Jovic pulled off an absolutely stunning upset, defeating the legendary pair with a score of 7-6, 6-1 in just 1 hour and 29 minutes. Even more revealing than the victory itself were the playful Instagram messages the two young players shared afterward, which showed the special chemistry and friendship that made this giant, killing performance possible. This victory represents much more than just one good match. It signals that the year ahead could be Alex Eala's breakthrough moment on the world stage. Alex Eala's path to this remarkable victory has been years in the making. The young woman from the Philippines is currently ranked 53rd in the world in singles tennis, and she has been steadily building her reputation as one of Asia's brightest and most promising tennis talents. Her credentials are impressive for someone so young. She won a junior Grand Slam championship and trained at the prestigious Rafael Nadal Academy in Spain, which means she has been shaped and molded by one of the most respected coaching systems in all of tennis. Throughout the previous year, Eala made massive improvements in her game and achieved several important milestones. She earned a nomination for the WTA Newcomer of the Year award alongside her doubles partner Jovic, which showed that the tennis world was beginning to recognize her potential. She ended that year on an incredibly high note by capturing her first Southeast Asian Games gold medal in women's singles, fulfilling a dream she had been chasing for years after having to settle for bronze back in 2021. Each achievement was building towards something bigger. The ASB Classic tournament in Auckland is classified as a WTA 250 event, and it serves as one of the most important warm-up tournaments before the Australian Open, which is the first Grand Slam tournament of every tennis season. For Eala, this particular tournament held special significance because it represented her final preparation before making her main draw debut at a Grand Slam event. This was a milestone she had been working toward her entire career, and everything seemed to be aligning perfectly at just the right time. Her game was sharp and precise. Her confidence was sky high. She was playing some of the best tennis of her entire life. When the doubles tournament draw was announced, and she discovered that she and Jovic would be facing Venus Williams in the very first round, Eala understood immediately that she had been handed the opportunity of a lifetime. This was the kind of moment that young players dream about, a chance to test themselves against a true legend of the sport. Venus Williams is a name that needs absolutely no introduction to anyone who follows tennis even casually. Her list of accomplishments reads like a fantasy. She has won 7 Grand Slam singles titles, including 5 championships at Wimbledon and 2 at the US Open. She has captured 14 Grand Slam doubles titles, most of them won while playing alongside her sister Serena. She has earned 4 Olympic gold medals for her country. She reached the #1 ranking in the world and revolutionized women's tennis with her incredible power, remarkable athleticism, and unshakable mental toughness. At 45 years old, Williams was making her comeback to professional tennis after taking a 16-month break from competition. She had competed at several tournaments, including the Washington Open, Cincinnati Open, and US Open the previous year. While her current world ranking had dropped to 582, that number in no way reflects her legendary status or the fact that she can still produce magical tennis. that reminds everyone why she is considered one of the greatest players to ever pick up a racket. The fact that she received a wild-card entry to compete at the Australian Open proved that the sport still believes in her ability to compete at the highest level. Williams' doubles partner for this match, 31-year-old Elena Svitolina from Ukraine, brought her own impressive credentials to the court. Currently ranked 13th in the world with a career-high ranking of third, she owns 18 WTA titles, including the prestigious WTA Tour Finals Championship. She has reached Grand Slam semifinals multiple times and has earned Olympic medals while representing her country with pride. Together with Williams, this doubles team represented more than 70 years of combined professional tennis experience and a collection of achievements that most players can only dream about reaching. For Eala, this match represented something deeper than just another tennis competition. This was a genuine chance to compete against someone she had idolized since she was a little girl watching tennis on television. When the match began at Manuka Doctor Arena, the experience of the veteran players showed itself immediately. Williams and Svitolina came out playing aggressive, confident tennis with crisp ground strokes and powerful returns that had Eala and Jovic scrambling around the court trying to keep up. The veterans quickly established control and raced out to a commanding 5-3 lead in the first set. It looked like they would cruise through the opener without much resistance. Williams was serving powerfully, Svitolina was rock solid from the baseline, and the young duo seemed overwhelmed by the magnitude of the occasion. When the score reached 6-5 with Svitolina serving for the set, the legends were just one game away from taking complete control of the match. But that critical moment is when Eala showed exactly why she is considered one of the sport's rising stars. She and Jovic absolutely refused to go quietly into defeat. They found their rhythm, started playing more aggressively, and managed to break back to force a tiebreak at 6-all. The Filipino fans in the crowd, waving flags and cheering loudly, gave Eala an extra boost of energy and confidence. The atmosphere in the arena became electric as the tiebreak began, and what happened next was absolute tennis drama that nobody in attendance would ever forget. In that crucial tie-break, Eala and Jovic found themselves facing 8 set points. That means Williams and Svitolina had 8 separate opportunities to close out the set and establish complete dominance over the match. But the young players saved every single one of those set points with gutsy shot-making, aggressive returns, and fearless play at the net. Jovic later revealed in their Instagram conversation that she was the one who saved all those crucial set points, displaying nerves of steel under the kind of pressure that would make most players crumble. The young duo eventually won the tiebreak with a score of 9-7, completing one of the most remarkable comebacks you will ever see in a first-set tiebreak and completely shifting the momentum of the entire match. Speaking to reporters after the victory, Jovic explained their mindset during those critical moments when everything hung in the balance. They kept telling each other that they could win, that the match was not over, and they needed to stay brave on the set points. That mental toughness and mutual encouragement proved to be the difference maker, and Eala fed off that positive energy. The young players did not panic when facing elimination. They trusted each other completely, stayed aggressive with their shot selection, and believed deeply in their ability to win the biggest points of the match. After stealing the first set in such dramatic fashion, Eala and Jovic carried that momentum into the second set with devastating effect. They raced out to a commanding 4-1 lead as Williams and Svitolina struggled to regain the form and intensity they had shown earlier in the match. The legends simply could not find the same level of play, and the youngsters sensed that victory was within their grasp. Though Jovic lost her serve once to make the score 4-2, Eala and her partner immediately broke back and then won the next 2 games to close out the match with a dominant 6-1 second set victory. The final point came when Williams was unable to return one of Eala's serves, sealing a stunning upset that sent shockwaves through the entire tennis world. The complete match lasted 1 hour and 29 minutes, and it was a masterclass in staying composed under enormous pressure and executing your game plan when it mattered most. Eala was clearly emotional after the victory and full of genuine praise for her opponents, acknowledging what it meant to share the court with players she had idolized while growing up in the Philippines. She thanked everyone for their support and talked about how much fun she and Eva had on the court together. She expressed how special it was to start the year with such an incredible moment and to share the court with two pioneers of the sport, both on the court and off it. These were people she had looked up to since she was young, and she felt so happy to be able to share this victory with Eva and all the fans who supported them. The respect and admiration in her voice were completely genuine and heartfelt. These were not just opponents she had defeated. These were legends who had paved the way for players like Eala to even have the opportunity to pursue professional tennis careers. The victory became even more meaningful when you consider that Venus Williams had previously given Eala advice before her U.S. Open debut. Williams had offered words of encouragement and wisdom to the young Filipino player, sharing insights from her decades of experience at the highest level of the sport. And now Eala had just defeated her idol on one of tennis's biggest stages. That is the beautiful and bittersweet nature of sports. The student eventually must face the teacher, and on this particular day, youth and energy prevailed over experience and legend. But perhaps the most endearing and humanizing part of this entire story came after the match when Alex Eala and Eva Jovic took to Instagram to share their excitement and joke with each other about the victory they had just achieved. Jovic posted an Instagram story from the match with a playful caption that read, "Me when Alexandra Eala is doing all the work." It was a humorous jab suggesting that Eala had carried the team during the match, taking on all the heavy lifting while Jovic just coasted along for an easy ride. But Eala was not about to let that false modesty stand unchallenged. She fired back with her own message that downplayed her own contribution while highlighting Jovic's incredibly clutch performance in the tiebreak. Her response said, "Says the one who saved all the set points." It was the perfect comeback, humble and funny and completely accurate all at the same time. While Eala may have done plenty of important work throughout the match, it was Jovic who came through in the most pressure-packed moments of the first set tiebreak, saving 8 set points against 2 legendary players. This playful back and forth on social media revealed something beautiful about their partnership. These two young players clearly have tremendous respect and affection for each other. They lift each other up rather than competing for individual glory. They recognize and celebrate each other's contributions. That kind of genuine friendship and mutual support is what makes great doubles teams, and it is a big part of why they were able to achieve such a stunning upset against players with vastly more experience. The chemistry between Eala and Jovic goes beyond just their skills with a tennis racket. They genuinely enjoy playing together, they communicate well under pressure, and they bring out the best in each other when the stakes are highest. Their Instagram exchange after the match was not just cute or funny. It was a window into the bond that allows them to compete at such a high level together. When you trust your partner that completely, when you know they have your back in the biggest moments, you can play with freedom and confidence that makes you better than you would be alone. This victory over Venus Williams and Alina Svitolina represents more than just one good result in one tournament. It is a statement that Alex Eala has arrived as a serious force in professional tennis. She proved that she can handle pressure, that she can compete against legends, and that she has the mental toughness to win matches even when things look dire. Saving 8 set points against players of that caliber requires not just skill but incredible belief in yourself and your abilities. For Eala, this match demonstrated that all the years of training at the Rafael Nadal Academy, all the hours of practice, all the sacrifices she and her family made to pursue this dream have been worthwhile. She is no longer just a promising young player with potential. She is someone who can defeat the best players in the world on the biggest stages. That confidence and self-belief will serve her well as she continues to develop her career. The timing of this victory could not be better for Eala. With the Australian Open approaching and her main draw debut at a Grand Slam on the horizon, this win gives her exactly the kind of momentum and confidence she needs. She knows now, beyond any doubt, that she belongs on the biggest stages in tennis. She knows she can win the crucial points when everything is on the line. She knows she can handle the pressure and the expectations. This is the kind of breakthrough moment that can change the trajectory of a young player's career. When you defeat someone like Venus Williams, even in doubles, it changes how you see yourself as a player. You stop being the young upstart hoping to compete and start being a genuine contender who expects to win. That mental shift is just as important as any technical improvement in your game. Eala has crossed that threshold, and there is no going back. The tennis world is taking notice of Alex Eala now. Her name is being mentioned alongside other young stars as someone to watch in the coming years. Tournament directors want her in their events. Sponsors are interested in supporting her career. Fans are excited to see what she will do next. This is the moment she has been building toward her entire life, and she is seizing it with both hands. For young tennis players in the Philippines and throughout Asia, Eala is becoming an inspiration and a role model. She is proving that players from this region can compete with and defeat the best players in the world. She is opening doors and creating opportunities for the next generation of players who will follow in her footsteps. That kind of representation and inspiration matters enormously for the growth of the sport in new markets and new communities. The partnership between Eala and Jovic also represents the increasingly international nature of modern tennis. A player from the Philippines teaming up with a player from Serbia to defeat an American legend, and a Ukrainian star perfectly captures how tennis brings together people from all corners of the globe. These partnerships and friendships transcend national boundaries and political differences, united by a shared love of competition and excellence. As Eala prepares for the Australian Open and the rest of the season ahead, this victory will give her tremendous confidence. She has proven to herself and to the world that she can handle the big moments. She knows what it feels like to save set points against legends. She knows what it takes to come from behind and win when everyone counts you out. Those are the kinds of experiences that forge champions. The year ahead holds enormous potential for Alex Eala. If she can continue playing at this level, if she can maintain this confidence and composure under pressure, there is no limit to what she might achieve. Grand Slam titles may seem like a distant dream for now, but every champion starts somewhere. Every legend was once a young player pulling off an upset victory that announced their arrival to the world. For Eala, that moment came on a court in Auckland against Venus Williams. She grabbed that opportunity with both hands and made the most of it. The respect she showed her opponents, the joy she shared with her partner, and the grace she displayed in victory all suggest that she has not just the talent, but also the character to achieve great things in this sport. If you enjoyed reading about Alex Eala's incredible victory and want to stay updated on her journey as she continues to make waves in professional tennis, please consider subscribing to our channel. We bring you the latest stories, highlights, and behind-the-scenes moments from the world of tennis. By subscribing, you will never miss another inspiring story like this one. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of tennis fans who love celebrating the sport's rising stars and legendary moments. Your support helps us continue bringing you the best tennis content, and we truly appreciate every single subscriber who joins our growing family. The story of Alex Eala is just beginning, and this victory over Venus Williams is merely the first chapter in what promises to be an exciting career. The tennis world will be watching closely to see what this talented young Filipino player does next, and based on what we have seen so far, the future looks incredibly bright.